All right, doing a little test before we get started. See if I can hear myself like you. Cool. Step away from that mic just a tidge. All righty. I'm looking at, okay, let's see. Cool. We are ready to go, I believe. Cheers. Drink away from the mic. Okay. Got the show stuff. We're ready to go. Happy days have come here at the Nintendo show. It is episode 50. So, thanks everyone for watching Facebook Live, as usual. As you can tell, no Trev. We're not on Twitch, which means just me. Trev's not feeling well. We'll get into all that in a little sec. But I'm going to start the show. We're going to get right into it. So, all that jazz. Blah, 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 blah. Here we go. Refresh, restart, and action. All right. Welcome to the Nintendo Show, episode 50. I'm your co-host, Devin Moon, and Trevor is out this week. It is just me today. Trevor's not feeling well, so he won't be here today, just for today. Don't freak out. It's not going to be forever. It's all good. We're going to make it through this. We're going to go through, it's going to be another chill you and me episode, which means it's going to be chatting to you right here on Facebook Live and coming to Smash Brothers, just jumping into those wilds. And then we got the Switch. Will it be the best-selling console of this year, even outselling Xbox and PlayStation 5? We will see. And as usual, the show is nothing without you. So remember, listener, if you want to be part of the show, visit our website at nintendoshow.com or watch us live on Twitch or Facebook in this case, where you can send us your questions, comments, and concerns. I will try to get to those as they come on Facebook Live. No promises. I'm not a pro at this. We'll do our best. Are you all ready to enter the magical, mysterious world we like to call Mr. Miyamoto's Magical News? Little flair on that. Our very first story, which is Mario Kart Live home circuit reviews have finally taken hold as we get 6 reviews from Metacritic. Metascore is 72 right now. That is a lot of jiggity, jibbity, quick, sharp words there for some reason. Don't mind my delivery. It's stupid. All right. PC Magazine. Oh, well, first off, guys, we got a new Mario Kart game coming, and that's exciting news. That's crazy news. Who would have thunk it? Who would have known it? But pretty fun nonetheless. I'm very excited for this. I'm going to try it out. It's pretty pricey. It's a hefty beast of a packet there. We got $100 of a game. Nintendo's just being like, hey, screw you, Sony. Not 70, $100. I get it. There comes with the cart. It comes with the toy. It comes with the little checkpoints or whatever, which are probably made of cardboard. You do not want to go buying a turd for $100, especially. So let's go into some of these reviews, kind of check it out, give an early perception. We at the Nintendo Show will be getting our copies as well, and we will give you our reviews as that comes. But since we are a small podcast, we do not get them directly from Nintendo. We must pay for them ourselves with our money. Ag, what are you doing? You get out of here. You understand? We're the Nintendo Show. We'll take your spot. We will take your game. Thank you very much. It's been good working with you, and not really, but thank you. We will be stealing your copy as soon as possible. Their review. With Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, you drive a physical toy cart across virtual tracks that you design around your home. It's not a full on Mario Kart experience, but the augmented reality game offers plenty of racing thrills. I like that they described it. Very good. Because it's PC Mag. Most people are probably like, what? Which Mario Kart Live? Yes, you drive a physical cart around your home, go through checkpoints. Looks fun. The building courses, I hear, is a little tiresome because you have to do it every single time if you want a new course instead of having some built in on the fly, like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, for instance. But it says there's plenty of augmented reality thrills going on here. PC Mag gives it an 80, so a solid 80. This is the highest we got so far on Metacritic score. Forbes also gives an 80. What's up with Forbes having this too? All these guys, they've changed. They've changed so much. Gotta stay hip with the kids, you know what I'm saying? Good job, Forbes. Minor setbacks aside, this is a very fun Mario Kart game in its own right. Not quite the feature-rich experience that Mario Kart 8 is, but a very fun, very clever game nonetheless. It's delightful and will certainly be fun for all ages, and a great party game for whenever you feel comfortable to having parties again. Or very old players, which will help them navigate courses without having to do much more than accelerate. Forbes, you cowards. Straight. No, sir, I am a Mario Kart man through and through. That's small potatoes, my friend. Small potatoes. Do not do that. If you're a real hero of the Nintendo variety, you will not be doing that assist mode. Do you understand me? Unless you're a child, you do you. Um, yeah, sounds good. It's a delightful. It will certainly be fun for all ages and parties, which is strange. I'm going to admit, Forbes, I don't know about your review. If I'm going to critique your review here, what parties, man? Not first off, it's like one car, man. It's one little car. So it's kind of you racing the computer guys. Maybe like handing it off to people at parties. That would be super sick. Or watching it go around the course. Sure. I get it. But it's not like you're going to bring all four cars over unless you have some other than Trev, who's far distance, which ain't going to happen for me. So maybe not the best for parties. Also, I thought, while reading this review, is it possible that 20 years from now, we're going to be like, some kids are going to read this? I mean, if they even think about this game, and they're going to be like, what are they talking about? When they say, if we're ever going to see, or if you feel comfortable about having parties again, people aren't even going to know about this COVID stuff. They're going to be like, what? What happened during this time? What happened in 2020? If we make it that far. If we make it that far. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is the last Mario Kart game. Pray, y'all. Pray for nothing to happen to us on 2021. I don't know what that was. Religious weirdo. Thank you. All right, 75. That was an 80. Thank you, Forbes. 75 comes from Game Informer. Despite all its shortcomings, Mario Kart Live Home Circuit still brings hours of fun. While firing on Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, it's more for those looking for exciting twist on the well-worn concept. So it sounds like it's a solid 75 from them. Good to see Game Informer enjoyed it enough. That's nice. I am interested in. I like that it is a twist on the concept. That is nice. And I personally am a person that loves to build stuff. I love me some Lego. I love me some, Mario Maker. So for me, I like the idea of building courses. I wonder how long it takes. If it's a 30-minute process or even longer, is that going to be fun? Am I still going to be enjoying it time after time, especially when I'm using a similar house? Because there are games where creativity is involved, where you're building courses, Halo and Forge, Mario Maker, for example, whatever, Little Big Planet, you will see that there are a lot of people that don't want to play because they do not like to build. courses, which is a big part of some of those games, not Halo so much. So that's interesting. 75. IGN, we gave it a 70. GameSpot, a 70. Mario Kart Live Home Circuit Mixed Reality Novelty excels when you have the space and motivation to make your courses flourish, but occasionally tech hiccups and clogged wheels are hazards, such as dangerous as a blue shell. That said, when I took the time to really learn into the creative challenge of building tracks presented to me with, I was often rewarded by having a blast racing on it. Some familiar mechanics get lost in the translation to AR, but this is still an enjoyable Mario Kart game, no matter what roadways I made. So I've heard some mixed reviews as far as some of this IGN stuff. So IGN says they had hard times with the technical aspect of the game, but it sounds like from Game Explain and other places that it's really not that bad. That even you can do drifting, which is really cool. I had thought that would not exist in this game, which would make it boring. Apparently, the cart slows down when you are drifting, so the cart's not literally drifting in the real world, but it is still cool that they've just somehow created a way to make that work. I know that this specific game she talks about, or this IGN reviewer was a girl, talks about occasional clogged wheels. When she's saying that, she's talking about hair getting into her wheels and clogging them up. So ladies, watch out for that. That could be a possibility. Long-haired men, beautiful Jesus people, you too, watch out for that. I don't have that beautiful Jesus hair. I cannot do this. I have them thin little guys, the little thin dudes hiding under this guy. So, not going to work for me. I'm not going to have any clogged wheels. However, my wife, ooh, buddy, she may clog them wheels. So get your tweezers ready, clog them up. So the guy, there might be some technical hiccups depending on your gender. Whoa, or not. Because dudes have long hair too. All right, GameSpot. I don't know. How long do we want to do this? There's fun to be had in Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, but you have to invest in it. The more work you put into it, making your go-kart crafting work unique, the more enjoyment you'll get out of racing, with or without some frustrating repetition. Mario Kart Live isn't going to have a long-term appeal of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but with some imagination and ingenuity, you can make it something special. So it sounds, so far, we got some good reviews overall. The last and final and scariest of all, 60 from Digital Trends. At its core, there is a solid Mario Kart game here, and I hope the environment and gate effects are brought over to the main series, we'll talk about that in a little bit, for the proper 9th installment, as I think those additions could add something to the franchise. Still, Mario Kart Live Home Circuit has too many little annoyances that can only be alleviated by having a perfectly sized, perfectly lit space like the one in Nintendo's promoted materials. This might still be a hit with children or anyone else less interested in the home circuit as a game than a toy, but anyone hoping for depth or playing the game will be disappointed. So this does not sound like a game for them hardcore Mario Kart gamers, the guys that are online still rocking them courses. This may not be for you, but if you're that big of a fan, maybe you would be into it. Especially, again, creativity seems to be a big aspect of what's going on here. Let's talk about the environments and the gate effects. This looks really cool. There's like 20, 30 environments that you can unlock, although it seems like you don't even have to unlock them. Changes the weathers, there's like even courses where you got magic going on around you. So I think they did that to make it so the courses felt different while not changing the course every single time. A great idea, obviously needed. So you didn't feel like every time you had to do a rechange or a refresh of the full course. So overall, I think we're doing okay here. This is a 72 on Metacritic. I think this is all right. It's kind of where I expected this game to be. I knew it wasn't going to be for everybody. It actually is maybe a little higher than I thought it would be. It seems like there's not too many complaints with the gameplay, just as much. It just is a little bit of a downgrade, but not as much as I thought it would be. I thought there would be no drifting. I thought there would be issues with other things that made Mario more kind of a pro kart gamer thing. So it seems like they have taken a lot from the Mario Kart series and didn't lose too much. So I'm very excited how we feel like this will work out, and our environment with the lighting we have, that might be a factor to also factor in, and how this works on carpet. I haven't seen much carpet gameplay yet. I've seen a lot of hardwood floors, so we'll see what goes on and give you the full review from Nintendo Show as soon as we get that going. Number two, let's talk about Steve. Hey, Stevie. Yo, bro. So, guys, Mario Kart. And Mario Kart is dead. Sorry. Whoa. Smash Brothers, the other big heavy hitter in the Nintendo pantheon, has come out to play. This bad boy, Minecraft Steve, the big boy. We just heard about him last week. Here he is, all ready to play. We didn't have to wait very long at all. So that's very exciting. People seem to be liking him, although there are some issues. We do have word that there is a glitch, which happens a lot with these characters. There's a glitch that if you do a certain thing, Steve will to be overpowered. At least Nintendo Life thinks so. We will show this as follows on the video here. So Steve is, he has one, what is it? A forward smash? Yeah. Where he shoots out his little minecart and it carries the person right off the cliff. There she goes. See you, Mason. And yeah, goodbye. This happens a lot. I think so. Nintendo Life, they're not saying like this character is totally imbalanced. They're just saying that this move in particularly is really affecting newer players to Steve. Not used to his moveset yet, so I'm sure this will change as players get used to his new moveset, and the minecart seems to really be cheap right now. I'm not saying it will always be cheap. It seems like it could be blocked or you can have ways to get around it, but just another issue. Speaking of issues, let's get a little dirty. Down and dirty, Nintendo. This is gross, bro. So Super Smash Brothers when he emerges victorious from a heat, he starts eating that meat, and eventually the meat ends up in a naughty space. I'm not going to show it on here because we're a family show. For a Nintendo character and an Xbox Kids character. So that's an issue. I don't know if the designers knew that was a thing. He's so in depth here, so about it. You think he would have seen this one. So it definitely looks bad. It doesn't look good. And I'm sure this will. That'd be great. I'm sure Nintendo will not keep this up very long. It will be patched probably very, 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 very soon. More work for you, pal. And let's get into one more thing. I may have canceled out of it. Okay. Well, let's not talk about it then. That's it for the news. Thank you, Mr. Miyamoto. You're a pro. You're a professional. The thing we were going to talk about was Nintendo selling well. Analysts believe that it will sell better than the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X and S this year. I don't know if that's over the whole year. That would make sense to me, but they're thinking that it will be the best selling console this holiday season. Me and Trev talked about this last week or a couple weeks ago. I do believe that it most likely will be that. It will be very much the hottest seller because it seems like, especially with PlayStation right now and even on Xbox, that we are likely not to see these consoles come in full force with all the goodness. A lot of pre-orders are being canceled, a lot of pre-orders are being pushed back, so the likelihood of them coming out in the holidays still up in the air. COVID, yay. So it is possible, since Switch has already got their whole movement down, that they're going to do better numbers, as well as we got Animal Crossing that came out this year, Mario, which is big, Mario Kart just barely, and then we got a Zelda game coming out this year, along with all the other amazing games. If you're new to the Switch, this is probably the best console right now, because I just talked to brother-in-law. He's an Xbox guy. He personally is not going to get into Series X because, first off, it's hard to get into it. He also thinks that the games aren't there, which is true. There is no games that you can't just have on his Xbox One X, which is a pretty decent console, you know? So the power is there. So he doesn't really need to make that jump right now. Which is a shame. There's not enough games to push them through. Same with PlayStation, where most of those games are PS4 games. It's not looking good for PlayStation as well. When you don't own a Switch and you don't have a second console, the Switch makes total sense because there's a lot of great games here, and they're just backing up over and over again. I mean, we got Pikmin 3 coming soon. If you haven't played that, like if you skip the Wii U, which is a lot of you, you're really getting a great system that goes everywhere, that has a lot of great games, especially new Nintendo games for these new Nintendo fans. Which, welcome to the family. It's great to have you. So yeah, that was the news. Nintendo selling still. Oh, very well. Very well. Next. Let's get into console wars, the next generation. Thank you, Mr. Miyamoto. Again, I'm sorry. I ended you too soon. Let's talk about this big console wars, the ninth generation. This is where I and Trev usually break down the latest news from Xbox and PlayStation within 5 minutes. We are the Nintendo show after all, so that's what we will give them. This week we're gonna might go more, might go less. We're gonna talk about 25 of the best console launch games. This goes for all systems. It's just an interesting thing to look at. This also comes from Metacritic. Thank you, Metacritic. You're making the show happen today. 25 best console launch games. We got 1 of 29 NBA 2K13. This was on the Wii U. This is the 25th best one on the list. NBA 2K13 Wii U with an 85 Metacritic. I have a feeling that a lot of these games will be NBA 2K games. Just hear me out, because this series always does well. It seems like it's always during like a launch window. It would be. So we might see some of those popping up here. So that's good. NBA 2K, great series, sure. Sports game, kind of a cop out, but we'll go through it. Project Gotham Racing on Xbox. Racing games also a big hit. We will see Racing on the Xbox. A great racing game before its time, before the Forza, before all the stuffs. So that's exciting news. Next up, a great game, by the way. Assassin's Creed 3. Well, yikes. Also on the Wii U. Also, yikes. 85. It worries me that we already have 2 Wii U games as like great launch titles. Huh? It's a little worrisome. Especially these ones. Because they're just ports. And I don't know. AC3 is not the best Assassin's Creed at all. No, thank you. Change it. Number 22, Tekken Tag Tournament. 85 on Metacritic. PS2 Tekken Tag Tournament. Namco's arcade fighting series came to PlayStation 2 in 2000 with PS2 exclusive for the original PlayStation Tekken trilogy. Tekken Tag Tournament. Tekken, big hit during that time. Totally makes sense. Get it. Got it good. Again, a Wii U title. Hey, Wii U had a great launch, baby. It was the greatest of times. I guess. Not really. But we're gonna go with Metacritic here. Mass Effect 3 Special Edition. Hey, do you remember when Mass Effect 3 was like awesome and was on every other console, and then we got it on Wii U and it was okay? Here we go again. Nothing special about this. Cool. Mass Effect. Really good. Good game. Mass Effect 3, all right game. Battlefield 4 on the PS4. Also launched on the Xbox One. E3's 2013 shooter was set during a fictional war in the year 2020. Whoa. They knew. Actually, no war has happened, so they didn't know. You missed it there, EA. Again, thank you. Battlefield 4, okay, sure. Geometry Wars is number 19 with an 86. Retro Evolved, ladies and gentlemen, do you remember the majesty of Geometry Wars? This was one of the first and most popular Xbox Live Arcade downloadable games on the Xbox 360. This is what made it all happen, baby. This is where retro games hit the pinnacle. Not really, but this is when retro games blossomed. This is where we were like, okay, I get this. I like this. And believe me, you needed this because Xbox 360, yes, we got Oblivion, but that was like a month later. Geometry Wars, Retro Evolved, amazing. Great game. Go check it out now on your Xbox of choice. Then, like I said, Xbox One, getting that NBA 2K14. This is number 18 on the list with a Metacritic score of 86. All these games, fine. They're fine. Number 17, Resistance Fall of Man on the PlayStation 3. This best reviewed launch title and an exclusive on the console. Made it by Insomniac Games, doing the Spider-Mans. Resistance, fighting the aliens. This was a wannabe Halo shooter. For us Xbox fans, we hated this thing. We hated you, Resistance. I hated you. I didn't know you, but I hated you, you know? F you, Resistance. I got my aliens. Copycats. Number 16, Super Monkey Ball on the GameCube, 87 Metacritic score. This came out in 2001 when the GameCube launched. Super Monkey Ball is bad, is great, is amazing. 87, heck yeah. Get some Super Monkey Ball. This is when Super Monkey Ball was good. It got really bad and still is, sadly. Oh, baby, hit me one more time. Listen, and I mean hit me one more time. Dead or Alive 3, 87 on a Metacritic. Number 15, the Xbox Team Ninja Fighting Series coming in there. Team Ninja always butting up with that Xbox, even back in the olden days. In 2001, Dead or Alive 3 is so good. I played it 100 matches in a night, and I did not stop, baby. It was great. Me and my friends love this game. There was like only 4 stages when you were playing dual co-op crap. But man, we knew those stages and we loved this effing game. My gosh, Dead or Alive 3. Thank you very much, sir, madam. You're amazing. Project Gotham Racing 3 coming on the Xbox 360. Again, Project Gotham Racing used to be the Forza. Used to be your Gran Turismo. This thing was the shiz, man. Look at this beautiful, gorgeous stuff. Yep, more racing. It's all about them visuals, baby. Oh, here we go. FIFA 14 coming in number 13 on the Xbox One. You know that soccer. You get that soccer. You understand that soccer. Oh my shiz. It's Call of Duty 2 coming in at 12 on the Xbox 360. This was it, dude. This is what got me into the Xbox 360. Wanted me to touch it, baby. Wanted me to play it. This game rocks. This is an amazing Call of Duty game. I love it still to this day. It's slow. It doesn't have the running. Doesn't have all those modern twists. But I love it. I love the conceit of going back in war, all that good stuff. And they did it. Some of the best. I think, personally, I love Call of Duty 2. That is an 89 Metacritic score. Then, number 11, Madden NFL 2002 on a Xbox. A solid game. A 90. I get that. That's great. But what about Fever? NFL Fever, I believe? Also on the Xbox. I don't know if it came out on the day of, but good frick. That was a great NFL game. That was probably one of the last NFL games I've ever played. So, it's been a while. But there you go, 2002, Xbox. Xbox is doing pretty hot. Xbox is doing pretty well so far. Number 10 on the list, can we talk about Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2? The second release in the Rogue Squadron series came out in 2001 on the GameCube. The graphics and the visuals here were outstanding. It showed off the GameCube as the stud it was. Screw you, Xbox. Screw you, PlayStation 2. This was the big heavy hitter. This was the last time that Nintendo was the big dog in the graphics department. Hit me, baby, one more time. 90 on Metacritic. Number 10 on the list. Number 9. Oh, the peaceful joys of Flower on the PlayStation 4. Yes, it came out on PlayStation 3. Yes, it's another freaking Wii U situation when we're porting. But Flower is beautiful. It is peaceful. It is calming. It is yogetic. It is amazing. 91. Totally deserves it. Go bring peace to that world. Move them pedals around. Feel the joys and the sensations of Flower on PS4. If you haven't played it, go do it. 91 Shovel Knight Treasure Trove on the Switch. I lost my brain here. This is number 8. This is truly where it showed the Switch is an indie darling. This is the indie darling. The Switch is going to be a heavy hitter when it comes to indies, and here it is. Starting off with Shovel Knight Treasure Trove. This baby was the gift that kept on giving. Years, months, you'd see new content. It just barely ended. Shovel Knight Treasure Trove, worth every penny. It was like $30, and you kept getting stuff. Good stuff. 91 on Metacritic. Grrr. If you don't have this game, what you doing with yourself? What you doing with your life? Get off the smoke in the pot, my friend. Or keep smoking that pot and buy this game. Next. That was number 8. Number 7. Come on. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 on the GameCube. Some people like this more than the 1 and 2. It added some new improvements. This is the best game available at launch of the Nintendo GameCube console, late 2001. Great game. Come on, man. Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Good stuff. 91 Metacritic. The game was still hot during this time. It didn't get bad till way later. Next on, DOA 2, Hardcore PS2. Number 6 on the list. Dead or Alive 2, coming in again, showing off those graphics again. Team Ninja, screw you, Xbox. Yes, this is a great version. Come on, man. DOA, again. 100 matches. Great stuff. Number 5, a Madden NFL game, 2001. We got PS2, the first version of Madden to appear on the PlayStation 2. Let's think back. Look at those pixels. Look at those beautiful pixelated men. I miss them. Madden. When it used to be better than it is. We're going to go to number 4. We're getting close here. SSX PS2, the best of the 3 PlayStation launch titles to score above 90. This is the number 1 on the PS2 right now. Was the first installment in EA's snowboarding franchise. The original SSX was released in PS2 exclusive, though subsequential games were multi-platform. Yeah, dude, great snowboarding game. Love it. Man, do you miss snowboarding games? Where have they been? I mean, we got that one that was supposed to come on the Switch, but didn't come. I don't remember what it's called. Oh, hello, darling. Now, I have a feeling that the last 2 are going to be Nintendo titles, and they're both going to be Zelda. Or maybe the last 3. We'll see. The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess is number 3 on the Wii. It was the highest scoring launch title for the original Wii console, and it wasn't even close. Indeed, only 2 games in the full history of Wii ever scored higher than Twilight Princess. This truly is a masterpiece. Twilight Princess, great Zelda game. Big. And it's for them dark boys. It's for them dark Zelda fans. Those Ocarina boys. This is for you, my friends. That was a lot of accents. Next. Thank you, number 3. 95 on the Metacritic. Zelda, Twilight Princess. Holy Moses. Can we remember? Can we go back? This may be one of the best, and truly it is, because it is number 2 on the list. Halo Combat Evolved with a 97 Metacritic score. At this point on our list, there's no doubt that this is one of the best. Over 5 million copies sold. All-time highest scoring game. One of them, baby. This is an amazing game. Halo Combat Evolved, one of my favorite Halo games. Still fun today. Still really fun to play. Yes, the level design can use some work, but it's fun to just kind of mess around. And honestly, if you played it back then, like myself, 100 million times with my daddy over and over and over again, Dude, I don't need any level design. I already know it. I know the levels. We know where to go. We don't need arrows. So again, Halo Infinite, hopefully coming back to this with better level design. But man, when you saw that ring, when you were in that world, it was completely different. I mean, honestly, Perfect Dark was a year away, a year different, 2000. Dude, that's craziness. You got this and Perfect Dark. You put those people together, they have nothing in common. Halo was next gen, and it showed it. I love Halo Combat Evolved. That's number 2. Lastly, there it is. Number 1, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild with a Metacritic score of 97. This is the best reviewed launch title of the 20th century. Nintendo's latest Zelda game is still the highest scoring release of all time for the Switch nearly 4 years later. Breath of the Wild was instantly hailed as a masterpiece upon its release, and the future Zelda games will have a tough time topping it, including Breath of the Wild 2. We will see if this bad boy can compete. Now, it's great that the Nintendo show has the best. Yes, I can say it now. The best of all time console exclusive. Nintendo taking it to your Xbox, taking it to your PlayStation. Let's see how those guys can do. The question is, can they do better? It does not look like Xbox will be doing better. If we're talking about third party, we may have a masterpiece in Cyberpunk. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see if it passes the 97. If it does, bueno, chef's keys. If not, we'll be still seeing Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild there. PlayStation will also have, Cyberpunk as well. They'll also have Spider-Man, which I am assuming will be in an 88. And then we'll probably see Ratchet and Clank nearby, but it's definitely not on launch month. And some people are liking that dumb Bug Snacks game. So, hey, that could be 100. That could be 100. I could be wrong about this. It could be 100. 100 Metric score for Bug Snacks. Let's hear it. The Bug Snacks song, Trevor's favorite. Now, that is done. Thanks for that, myself. I'm talking to myself and you, I guess. All right. So we are going to go into fan questions. Joshua asks, what is your most mind-blowing moment in video games? Any video game, most mind-blowing moment. Okay. Red Dead Redemption, going down to Mexico, hearing the music, beautiful, magical, beautiful stuff. I love that. It was one of those moments that gave you the tingles, made you feel cinematic, made you feel like you were in a movie at moments. Red Dead Redemption, going to Mexico, that was one of those breathtaking moments. There was a couple in Red Dead Redemption 2. I personally love the ending of Red Dead Redemption 2. I love the story there. A lot of cool twists and turns, and it felt really good. Again, riding on that horse, listen to some sweet tunes as you're going up, and they're having the flashbacks going through. Great moment when you know it's going to not go well, maybe. Yeah, so that's really cool. Halo, first time you see the ring, big deal. First time you see your first time you went, you played Mario 64 and you realized, oh my gosh, I can move around in a 3D space. Craziness, dude. Seeing that castle. I mean, going through it right now, still beautiful, still amazing. So those are some heavy hitters for me. What are yours? What are your guys's? Let me know. Mo Money asks, what do you think of the Switch Nintendo going for the iPhone model? So this was a rumor or a thought from someone, and it's been this way for a while, that we will be seeing Switch turn into an iPhone model and Nintendo going that way. They've been doing this for a while as far with 3DS, DS. People have talked about this already, blah, blah, blah. We know. I don't know if they will do it. And if they do it, I doubt it will be yearly. It will be bi-yearly, probably 2 years. Just because I do not see why you would. Video games are not the same as phones. Yes, it's cool to have the newest tech and all that stuff, but the games have to go with it. You don't want to leave too many people behind. Then you also have to worry about people building games for different consoles every time. I think it would be too muddled. I think gamers aren't quite ready for a yearly experience. It's a lot more money that way. It's just too messy, I think. So will we have a bi-yearly, possibly maybe every 3 years or so? But we're definitely going to get a Switch Pro. But then I do think we're going to move on to a Switch 2 console, or maybe something. Maybe Nintendo said they want to be weird and different still, so it's possible that we do see a console again, and then the Switch becomes the mobile device. But I'm not sure on that. But if I were to guess, there is going to be a Switch 2, and there is going to be a Switch Pro, but they will not be yearly, most likely. Am I frozen? Am I talking to myself? There I am. Okay, Rick. All right. Oof. Yikes. Righty. Sorry. Next, I just saw myself frozen in time and was worried. I was talking to myself for 45 minutes. You know, a normal day. Corey asks, what's the best game you've ever bought for $2 or less? There's a lot of good deals, man. Especially on Steam. Even Switch has some good ones. On the Xbox 360 a long time ago, there was a game like I made a zombie game, or I made a game with zombies in it. That was pretty fun. It was like a shmup. I believe that's what they're called. Zombies were coming around you while this awful song was playing. I build a game with zombies in it or something. It was really fun. Like $1. It was cool. Another dollar game that was good. What was it? It was like some kind of funny thing that they loved. It's like a ball moving through space. I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of games were on Steam that I got, especially indies that I got for $1. Like Half-Life, I think I got for $1, which is a great game, and others too. So, the one that really like it was just for $1 is the zombie one is sticking in my head. So if you played that game and you liked it, tell your friends. Although I doubt that games even out or even exist. Who knows? Yeah. So there's those. Guys, I want to give a little final thought on one thing. Let's give our big final recommendation. It is time for that final recommendation where we give something to check out, video games or otherwise. My final recommendation is fall is here. Get out there. Enjoy that fall. I love fall, personally. I'm a big Halloween guy, big horror, big scaries and spookies, and the vibes. I love the feeling of fall. It's like very nostalgic. It's awesome. I love fall. So go out there, jump in some leaves, go check out a spooky house, go haunted places, go do anything that's fall like, and feel the nostalgia right now. I went out there with my wife and my kitty, and we did our thing out in a pumpkin patch. That was a lot of fun. Go do something fall. I think it is that time of year for us here. We get like a month of it, so go for it, man. Some of you don't even get to enjoy fall. So if you don't even get to enjoy fall, try to get some kind of goodness out of it, some Halloween spookiness out of it. For those who actually get all the leaves and all that cool stuff, go play out in nature. It's time. It's time. The time is now. Time is probably past now. So that's my final recommendation. Before we go, we promised a big announcement. Sorry, this is not how we planned our 50th episode to be. It's been 50 episodes. We are really near to our 1 year mark here at the Nintendo Show, which is amazing. It's been really fun. You guys have been a great audience. Thank you for your support and your help and your continued support, even after a whole year. Thanks for sticking with us. It's been great. It's good to know that we have friends and all you guys behind our backs, which is really cool. Probably not behind our backs, pushing us to greater heights from our backs. I don't know. That's the wrong way to phrase it, but yes, thank you for your support. Honestly, it's helped a lot. Going forward, we have a couple announcements to make. First, we will be making some changes to the Nintendo Show. Now, calm down. It's not going to be big ones. They're not going to be horrible ones. From your feedback and others, we plan on, and from our own, from listening to the show, from doing the show for a year, we're going to make some improvements. This will probably affect timing of the show, tweaking things so it's a little more easy to listen to, something that you would actually like over the next couple of years. Just slightly turning the knobs to make sure that the show just flows better than it has in the past. Not to say that it's been horrible, but I feel like we could do better as far as flow and making it a little more technically, visually stunning. I would like to improve the way I look specifically. I think Trevor is doing great work with what he's doing, so we're going to improve my end of the things, try to figure that stuff out. Audio, we will do what we can as well. So we're going to make changes there. So the show is, but it's not going to be too drastic. Don't expect things that are going to be like, oh my gosh, I love that segment. We will change some segments. We will improve some segments. So things will change, but it will be for the better, I think. And if it's not, you guys just let us know, right? Also, Trev's not gone forever. He's just sick. So it's not a big change with Trev. Trev's going to be here. He's going to be hosting with me. Still part of the Nintendo Show family. We're still together. It's going to be fine. He's just feeling sick. Trevor is, it's just been, life's been a little rougher this year for us both. We're also going to do a couple other fun things. Well, before we do that, with the podcast, I'm going to try to make it so it's a little more consistent, trying to make it so we actually are on time with shows. I'm sorry that things have been a little off. My editing software and my computer are fighting each other to the death, and no one is winning. We're all losing. So episode 49 is not out yet. And you're like, what the frick? We're on episode 50? Yes, because the computer sucks. So if you listen to the podcast, go onto YouTube. You can look at episode 49 there. I still have it. I'm trying to edit it. I'm going to figure it out. It's just been a little rough doing it. So that will be fixed. I will also be editing the podcast down a little more focused and having a day so you guys all can be on the same boat instead of seeing it randomly pop up in your feed. Thank you for watching it still, and thanks for listening still, but we'll be more consistent like we are on YouTube and Twitch. Yeah, those changes will happen. That's one thing that is a big problem with our show. I know that for certain. This is the behind the scenes. Thanks everyone for listening to this part. Finally, we are proud to announce that we will be working on a YouTube exclusive show that will be focusing on Xbox and PlayStation as well as PC and other tech. It will be tailor-made for YouTube, meaning that it will be shorter and more flashy content on it. It's going to be fun little video game acid trip each week, hosted by Trev and I. So we're both going to be hosting it as well. This will also come down the pike within the next few weeks. Same with all the changes on the podcasting stuff, editing, and so forth. All these things are going to be happening in the next couple of weeks. We'll be giving that channel a name. That's always the hardest part, is trying to find a name that isn't used by everyone and isn't going to screw you over so no one can find you. So this is very difficult. I hate it. It's the worst process of any show making. I'm getting close. We were getting close. We will find a name. And once we have that name, we will let you know what it is. So the new show, will not be taking place of a Nintendo show. Nintendo shows is still the big guy. He's the heavy hitter. This is a side project. It will be super fun to do. It will be super cool. I do think it will be fun to watch. And if you're into shorter stuff, and especially YouTube, I know you guys are, this will be the show for you to watch, especially if you aren't a Nintendo person and you actually like other video game stuff. You would like to listen to other things. Me and Trev have a lot of knowledge on other video game stuff, so we're going to talk about it and other things in the tech world that we love. I mean, we're total nerds about this stuff, so we will be happy to do that, and it's going to be a more funny type of show that I think you guys will appreciate, and it will be very much different than the podcast which we create here at the Nintendo Show. So things aren't changing in Nintendo Show. Things aren't changing with Trevor. Things are just moving around to be better on both sides, more streamlined. The show's going to be better this year. The show's going to be we're going to be getting a new show for all of you other fans about games and so forth. So this is going to be a great new year. It's going to be a great second year. Can't wait to move forward with you guys and have another awesome 50 episodes and go into 100, and we will continue to improve. That's the point of this whole process, is to get better at what we're doing here as hosts, as creators of a show that we truly appreciate and really love. We really love this show, like, very dearly. So we're glad you're with us. Stick with us. It's going to get better. Things are going to get awesome. I can't wait. That's it. Everyone, thank you for listening to the Nintendo Show, episode 50. It has been great. Visit our website again at nintendoshow.com. Follow us on Twitch, Instagram, and Facebook. And, remember to like, share, rate us on the podcast service of your choice, and leave us a review on iTunes. And until next week, we will let you know again what's going to happen. And you might be seeing some really cool stuff next week. So hold on to your butts. And I will see you next week. I've said that too many times. I said it too many times. Whatever. Counts. Get it out of here. Get out of here. See ya. Bye.